Hello, fellow fans. I'm Mark. You know, with me is my co-host, my classmate at Rydell High School. It's Brian. What up, Brian?
Hey, everyone.
Welcome everyone to UWF on the Chip and Company Podcast Network. Yes, I will ask Brian. Brian, which movie is Rydell High School?
No clue.
On the last episode, Brian and I united with guest host Kevin to discuss all exciting news that came out of San Diego Comic-Con 2024. On this episode, we unite to discuss school movies and other fun schooly topics. With school starting up soon, sorry friends, join Professor Brian and I at UWFU as class starts next. Wait, I just realized the initials of our school. We cannot keep that. UWF Hall. Yeah, here we go. Join Professor Bryan and I at UWF Hall as class starts now.
Tell me more. Tell me more.
All right, let's do this one last time.
Truth is, I am Iron Man.
Football is life.
I solemnly swear that I am up to no good.
X never, ever marks the spot.
Is Star Wars the one with the little wizard boy?
This is the way.
Avengers!
Assemble.
Ah, chills. Literal chills.
Hello, fans. Hello, Brian. Once again, joining us here at UWF Hall as we talk about fun school topics just in time. Thank you all for uniting with us as we talk about all things fandom. Please give us a rate or review wherever you listen so we can out with more fans out there on the Chip and Company Podcast Network. Follow UWF on Facebook, Instagram, X, Twitter, and Discord to have more fun with us and to get some of those Discord privileges like you're going to see some from our guest hosts later. Brian,
It's super sad to me we have to release an episode on August 9th to fit in with back to school times. It's too early.
is this coming from Papa Brian or just...
No, that's totally
Brian?
fine. They can go back to school, but it's just it's so hot outside, man.
Yeah. I mean, are your kids looking forward to school?
They spent most of the summer in Florida, so when they came back, I was like, yeah, school starts next Thursday. And they're like, what? So, no, they're not. Even though my kids are all like, they all pretend not to like school, even though they're all pretty good at it and they don't mind school. But it's our first year of 7:05 start time for my oldest, and that's going to be brutal.
Jinkies. Yeah, I remember one summer we had a short summer because they wanted to move school up sooner, and then a couple of years later they pushed it back later. So I still want those days back, but it's fine. Everything's fine. So, yep. On this episode, we are going to be talking about school, but fear not, we're going to keep it fun and get you ready and excited for it as best we can. But first, in Mark and Brian's world news, there wasn't a lot out there, so we're just going to have some fun with this. Like, for example, I did watch on Amazon Batman, the Caped Crusader, which was part of the DC Purge on HBO. Check it out if you like the original Batman animated series or if you just want good animated comic book fun. I liked it a lot, so check it out.
Where is this released at?
Amazon.
Okay.
Animated. Same as Invincible. It's from J.J. Abrams and Bruce Timm, so good crew.
I bet the story doesn't wrap up nicely with J.J. Abrams involved.
There might be a lens flare. It's fine.
Yeah, there's not a ton to report on, so let's just go down the list here. The Atlanta Braves and Cincinnati Reds are going to play a game at Bristol Motor Speedway. Does that make the center field wall 900 feet? Maybe.
I will watch it because I love baseball, but
I like baseball in different locations. Friend of the program, Jim, went to I think it was Virginia Tech Tennessee game at Bristol Motor Speedway football game a few years ago. He said it was not bad for him, but he had good seats. But I don't know. Like, if you can play a basketball game on an aircraft carrier, should you?
Yeah.
Should you? No. Can you? Yeah, absolutely. Just to prove you can.
I mean, are they going to cover up the racetrack with
No,
stands,
it'll be on
or?
No, they won't. It's just they'll put fans back there like they did. I mean, I actually worked a professional women's soccer game that was held at Daytona International Speedway, and they just played right on the midfield line, matched up perfectly with the start finish line, but everything was on the infield and the fans were just in the stands on the other side of the track.
Okay, so it's on. I'm not a huge racing fan, so it's on the inner grass area, kind of like where the trailers and.
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I mean, home plate. It's not gonna be like in the center of that. I don't think. Like home plate will be closer to like the stands, but like I mean, I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna work, to be honest.
I mean, it's creative. I remember seeing pictures of when they played a baseball game at the LA Coliseum. That was interesting to see. So who knows? Way to get the game out there to reach a new audience. So
Did
I'll watch
someone
it.
say creative baseball? The Savannah Bananas have struck a deal with TNT Sports to broadcast 5 Friday night Banana Ball games. Those will be broadcast on True TV starting August 16th. Do I know where to find True TV? No. Will I try? Maybe. I'll probably just stick to YouTube because I don't think they're exclusive to True TV. I think they'll still be on YouTube. I only know how to find True TV for one weekend a year, and that's in March for college basketball.
Wait, college basketball's on that?
It's one of the 4 channels, yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
CBS, TNT, True TV, and what is the 4th one? TBS, duh. TBS. And I'm going to date myself here.
Good morning. I'm Wilfred Brimley, and I'd like to talk to you for a few minutes about diabetes.
I remember when True TV was Court TV.
Is that wow, that's the same thing?
Yep. Court TV became True
man.
TV. And now all they show is Impractical Jokers on repeat.
Oh,
Which, I mean,
yeah.
there's worse things to play on repeat, but.
Well, yeah, they can't show Judge Judy anymore.
Why not?
True. She's still going. Good for her. She is.
She's going again. She stopped for a while, and now she's got a different show. Not called Judge Judy. I can't remember what it's called.
Judge Judy back in Judgment Judy Day.
Just Judy Justice. It's a reality show. Ran for 3 seasons. IMDb TV original. Who knew?
I'm learning so much right now. Like I didn't know there was an IMDb TV.
I'm with you, but you
Ibba-dibba-dibba-dee.
get freebie and it gives you something like jury duty. So sometimes it works out.
Huh.
Judge Judy net worth. Take a wild stab.
It's the millions.
Yeah, I'll give you that hint. I think it's 8 digits. I'm gonna go with 8 digits. Are there 9 digits? That is incorrect. It's $480 million. She's worth $500 million.
Good for her.
IMDb. I can't even say it. IMDb TV doing things for Judge Judy, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, TV and commercial stars, they make a lot of money. When I found out how much Flo from Progressive made, she's doing all right. She's set for life.
The game where everything's made up and the points don't matter.
Before we talk about going back to school, what were your Mount Rushmore of things you would watch on TV when you were homesick from school?
Price is Right. Definitely Price is Right.
Of course.
Yeah. Man, I feel like it was old TV. So it'd be, like the rerun stuff. Man, I thought, why can I only remember Price is Right?
Yeah, for me, no, it was Judge Judy, The People's Court, Price is Right, and Let's Make a Deal with Wayne Brady.
Oh, yeah, I remember Let's Make a Deal.
But life was different before streaming, man, when you were homesick from television.
Yep.
Or when you were homesick from school, excuse me.
I think I watched...
Did you ever watch Days of Our Lives?
No, I never watched soap operas. I think Three's Company was on repeat, so I would check that out. The E True Hollywood Story. I remember they would always marathon that, and I would watch that. So
Fair enough. Did somebody say Price is Right? Did you see Team Judo for the gold medal in the Olympics?
that was a great segue. I did not.
It is an actual segue because I will explain. So, Team Judo, you have 6 fighters per country. 6 is a dumb number for a team event because they have 3 men, 3 women, 3 different weight classes for each gender. They then battle in a judo fight. Winning team gets a point. But you have 6, right? So there's you can end up in a 3-3 tie for a gold medal. That's exactly what happens. What do? Both teams line the edge of the mat. They spin a virtual wheel on the board in the arena, and it lands on one of the 6 weight classes. And whichever weight class it lands on, like a Price is Right wheel, battles for the gold medal within 30 seconds of when that fight is determined. It happened between France and Japan. The Olympics are in France. It's a digital wheel. You cannot convince me this wasn't rigged because it landed on France's best fighter of all time, who had already won his fight previously. It gave France the gold medal, and it was absolutely electric. That dude that fought for France is 6'8", 309. Teddy Rainier. You could put him in the NFL tomorrow. That dude was huge. Apparently he has some character issues, so I don't want to research him too much.
Ooh, yeah, don't go down that rabbit hole. I've been watching a lot of gymnastics, beach volleyball, and court volleyball.
Did you see that dude get hit in the face by the volleyball? I think it was Brazil.
It
Total
made me think
Scott
of that
Sterling.
one short thing where it's Scott.
Scott Sterling.
Scott Sterling, yeah.
Johnson places the ball on the spot, getting ready. That man literally has a cannon for a leg.
Yes, he does.
Here he goes, winding up for the shot, and oh! The cannon has fired and hit Sterling directly to the face.
We clocked that at a stunning 116 kilometers per hour.
Now that's a lot of miles per hour.
What else? Ping pong will pop up here and there, but
dude,
yeah.
Peacock has been incredible for these Olympics. You just turn on
I saw your praise for it, which you don't usually give praise for sports coverage. So you did compare it to Red Zone.
That's not true. I give plenty of praise.
As there's a drive in a deep left field by Castellanos, it will be a home run. And so that'll make it a 4-0 ball game. I don't know if I'm going to be putting on this headset again.
Well, I mean, it is Red Zone, basically. The entire format's the same. It's even got the 2 Red Zone hosts, in studio running everything. But over the weekend, they gave out 49 gold medals in 48 hours, and Gold Zone showed every single one of them. So they were just bouncing from event to event to event, and it was incredible. And then last night, the night before recording this, Mondo Duplantis from Sweden, who's actually from Lafayette, Louisiana, set the world record in pole vault. That was awesome. There's been some really, really good stuff. And the time frame, there's nothing better than watching live sports at work. I think that's why this time zone is just perfect.
I will admit the Olympics, when they're on late at night and I can't sleep, have been a blessing. So in years past and currently, I love it.
But if there's anything you missed, just go to Peacock. They have every sport replay. You can watch literally anything you want. It's so good. Go find that Team Judo final that I'm talking about. Team Judo, France versus Japan. Skip, I think it was to the 2.5 hour mark. Then you can watch The Price is Right. It's awesome.
Yeah, I had to do the rewind to check on how Team USA was doing in men's basketball.
The 3x3 team was an absolute embarrassment. I think I said on our last podcast, dude was shooting granny-style free throws, and it's just embarrassing.
Did you see that they approved flag football for the next Summer Olympics?
I did, but it's at the cost of breakdancing or breaking. We only get breakdancing in one Olympics, and that starts on the day this podcast comes out, August 9th. We only get it for one Olympics. Might be terrible.
I am sorry for those who are passionate about the event, but I think from a standpoint, I think a more popular event was just picked up.
I'm very curious about flag football because the problem with 3x3 basketball is you had to like play in so many qualifying events. Like we couldn't just take the 3 guys that didn't make Team USA and put them on a 3-on-3. Like you had to like play in so many qualifying events, which is why we had like Jimmer Fredette and as like our biggest name. And as much as I love Jimmer, it just didn't work out. But like you have to play in all these qualifying events. So I hope flag football doesn't do that because I would love to just see a team of Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and Justin Jefferson, like LSU senior, go out there and just go for it.
So how many would be on a team, on a flag football team?
My guess is 7. I really don't know the answer to that question.
Yeah.
It might be on a field kind of like rugby sevens. Like I really don't know for sure, but it'll be fun. And it's in LA. So the problem is especially in LA, like if we want to watch things live, we're going to have to watch it like 1 a.m. because some events will be ending at like 10 o'clock Pacific. I'm already dreading it and it's 4 years away.
Where's the next Winter Olympics? Do you remember?
2020.
It's not Salt Lake.
No, Salt Lake is 2034. Winter Olympics are in Milano Cortina. I don't know where that is.
Man, let's go back to geography class right now and pull out the globe or the map.
It's Milan, so I guess it's Italy, right?
Yeah.
Yep, Italy.
Oh. That'll be something fun to watch.
Yeah, the Italian. Cortina d'Ampezzo is a city in Italy? ? Milan, I know, is an Italian city. But yeah, that's in 2026.
Wow, we're being super educational in this episode as UWF goes back to school.
The 2030 Winter Olympics are in Vancouver, which is where they were in 2010. And then back to Salt Lake City 2034, which is where they were in 2002.
Bryan, is your favorite winter sport obvious?
Probably not.
And why is it not curling?
I don't know. Curling, the dad bods in that sport are strong. The American curling team, just a bunch of dude with mullets that all they were missing was Coors Light. No, like when the NHL players are allowed to be involved, there's nothing better. Like there's no better Olympic sport that exists than Olympic hockey when all the best players are involved because they actually share the wealth, at least between Canada and America. Speed skating's awesome. But I still think I like the winter or the summer Olympics more just because I love swimming. Like I love watching the swimming.
Swimming is, oh my God. It's
the sport that makes me feel most inadequate. Except for that French pole vaulter. He also made me feel inadequate for a very different reason.
Oh, man. Yeah, he also got the shaft on that result, too. That sucks for him.
He lost, but he won.
Yeah, it's very true. It's very true. Do you watch high diving or just the swimming?
I haven't watched much of the diving. I did see artistic swimming. The American team did a Michael Jackson routine, and they moonwalked upside down in the water. It was dope.
All right, that's pretty cool. I got to check out that highlight. I know water polo is fun to watch.
Water polo is awesome. Water polo is handball in the water. Like I said, I can't swim, so so anything in the pool makes me feel inadequate. And then some American dude climbed a rock wall in 4.75 seconds. He looked like a spider monkey.
Chip, I'm gonna come at you like a spider monkey.
Like a spider monkey!
I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew.
And he made it look effortless.
That was weird, man. Like, do you just study the course that well, or is every course like identical? It was weird.
Yeah.
That's the UWF Olympic wrap up.
No, hey, LA, if you want us to come out there for the next Summer Olympics, we'll be there. We can sit next to Tom Cruise and just broadcast it all. Bryan, school is coming back, but Halloween is also starting up very soon here in Orlando at Halloween Horror Nights and Mickey's Not So Scary. And I don't know how I feel about it.
I mean, Horror Nights is allowed to be around whenever it wants.
I get it financially, and the demand is there, but good Lord, it's
it's
early.
Super early.
Super early.
Let's celebrate Christmas sooner.
I know. I mean, you say Horror Nights can start whenever. What if the day happened and it started August 1st?
I bet we're not far from that. When is the first Horror Nights? Is it still like September? Like first weekend in September, like Labor Day?
No, it's August.
It is August?
Yeah.
Because I know the first Mickey's Not So Scary is August 23rd.
Is it that late? No, I thought it was earlier.
Is it?
No, I don't know. Hang on, let's fact check all this.
Live on air.
Yeah, we're doing it. This is going to be great.
Oh, crap, you're right. It starts on the day this podcast comes out, October 9th. That's crazy. So Horror Nights must be August 23rd then.
Horror Nights is August 30th.
Okay, so the next weekend. So it is August, but that's still technically Labor Day weekend. So I think Horror Nights always starts on Labor Day weekend.
Yeah.
But so if Labor Day is like September 2nd, like it is this year, that's why it starts August 30th. I'm good with that. August 9th for Mickey's. Like, it's so hot in Florida right now. Like, I can't imagine wearing a Halloween costume the day this podcast comes out. That sounds terrible.
Look, everyone, please take my word for it. Your makeup is going to be sweating off
by the time you get off the monorail. Yeah.
Yeah. Your chocolate candies are not going to make it to the first Hocus Pocus show. Yeah.
So eat them on the spot. That's what we're saying.
Yeah, it is. I always get a merchandise bag. They give you a little bag. Don't be a beginner. Be an expert. Go get a merchandise bag and fill up that merchandise bag with candy.
Just ask for a bag, too. You don't have to buy anything.
Yeah. And just ask for the bag and give me your Skittles. See a Mark out there. Feed him with Skittles.
Some random Mark that works at Big Thunder Mountain comes home with 84 packs of Skittles.
He's welcome. Wherever you are out there,
I might be overestimating our listenership.
I know, that's true. That's true. All right. Well, we are going back to school. We are starting our class is going to be in session at UWF Hall soon with, you never know, we might have some guest professors stopping in to say hello. But before we get to all that, let's have a word from our sponsors.
Hey guys, Diz Life Mark here, and I want to tell you all about the official travel partner here at Chip & Company. Let our good friend Sarah at Destination to Travel help you plan your next Disney vacation. Sarah specializes in planning dream vacations for your family. She's an authorized Disney vacation planner, and she can help with every step of your magical vacation. The best thing is that her services are 100% free. Want to travel beyond Disney? Sarah has you covered there too. Want to find out more? Fill out a trip request form over at the website at Chip & Co. or email her directly at sarahsolberg@d2travel.com. Start planning that dream vacation today. Email her at sarahsolberg@d2travel.com.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Class is in session. Professor Bryan and myself are here to get you ready and motivated to go back to school with your summer homework assignment. We're going to be discussing some of our favorite school movies, TV shows, and songs, as well as, finding out some of our favorite topics, subjects, some of our favorite items that we have from class, like a favorite binder or eraser. And then, like I said, we are going to have some guest students here to, slip us a note, let us know what is going on after class. But Bryan, I think our listeners need to know what kind of students were we? Were we class skippers? Were we honor roll students?
I'm still alive, so no, I was not a class skipper. I was honor roll. I wasn't 4.0, but I was honor roll.
No. Yeah, I was a 3.3, 3.5. Yeah, I skated, but of course all my friends were like A's and AB, and I was barely AB student.
You were the cool kid in the group then.
Yeah, I was the, hanging out with the smarty pants, but playing it cool. So, Brian, what were your favorite? You want to do? Let's do high school. What were your favorite high school classes?
Anyone that was taught by a coach of some sort. My football coach was my computers teacher.
Did they teach
my calc
physical? What was it? Anatomy. They didn't teach anatomy.
The girls basketball coach taught anatomy.
Okay.
Shout out to Miss Ames. I was her teacher's assistant my senior year. Teacher's assistant counts as a class, right? I got credit for it, and it was awesome.
There you go.
Oh yeah, my basketball coach was my calc teacher. My other basketball coach was my chemistry teacher. My top subjects were, I don't know, I like algebra. I do not like trigonometry, geometry, but I'm good with algebra. My kid's taking Algebra 1 this year, and I had to help him do a test for advanced placement stuff over the summer. And I still remember some of it. I was proud of myself. Shout out Mr. Hemphill. I always wanted to use the emergency eye wash station in the chemistry classroom. Never got to.
Oh.
Wanted
Did you dissect anything?
Didn't like that. We dissected a frog. That was it.
Oh God, we had cats in ours.
Gross. Murderers.
Yeah. I wouldn't be able to do it now. I love cats too much now.
I took civics my freshman year. Civics was good. Social studies.
Man, you were such a left side brain person.
I remember having to write a 7-page paper about something, and my topic was the Oklahoma City bombing, and I did the paper in 4 hours, the night before it was due, and I called it an apartment building rather than a government building, and I remember getting just absolutely worst grade I've ever gotten on any project in my life because I did no research.
More you know. Let's see. I loved TV production, of course. Shout out to Mr. Wells. Love you, Mr. Wells. TV production was my jam. Got to make short films in it as well as produce the news show. And I even got to film the football games from the field. I had so much fun doing that. God, I hated geometry. I was not a math kid.
Why didn't you play on the football team?
I did it as a freshman, and then I got a concussion, and I said, "This is not for me." I wanted to be one of the cool kids, and then just when you kind of get popped by a senior linebacker, you realize what's important in life and what you want, and that was not something I wanted in life.
Yeah, I got 4 concussions in high school football. My junior year, last football game I ever played, I ran down on punt coverage and got hit by this bowling ball of a human. He was their running back. He was 6'2", 260. And at our size of school, 6'2", 260 was allowed to go because nobody was big enough to tackle him. Anyway, he hit me right in the chest. I did a full-blown flip over, and that was it. The last football game I ever played. I didn't get to play my senior year because I hit a tree on a snowboard at the end of my junior year.
Oh, wow. Okay. Did you take any foreign languages?
Yeah. Shout out to Mr. Rivera, who was from Colombia, who had probably looking back on it, kind of a unhealthy obsession with Shakira. But she was the pride and joy of his country. He was very sad that his soccer team was really bad back then, but Colombia's pretty good now, so he's probably pretty happy.
Yeah. I took Latin.
Nerd.
I needed an A, and I heard it was the best class for that.
Really? I would have thought Latin was kind of hard.
I got an A. What was his name? Mr. Sykes, I think, maybe. Spanish, she had high expectations, and I knew I wasn't going to meet them, so I did not do Spanish.
Nosotros failo.
Yeah. I mean, I'm doing Duolingo now. I think French might have been an option. There were not many language options at my class or at my school.
This was in New Orleans, right?
No. This was St. Augustine.
I was going to say New Orleans. I would assume French would have had to have been an option.
Which, ironically, there is a high school in New Orleans called St. Augustine. Yeah. So, well, now you know a little bit about Bryan and myself. I mean, to get it started, Bryan, let's get people motivated and pumped. Something for them to listen to as they go back to school. I've got a list of 4 songs for them to play. I'm going to go old school first with Be True to Your School by the Beach Boys. The Beach Boys. It's a fun little bop. So check that one out.
A fun little bop?
I know. I don't know where I went there.
Good morning. I'm Wilfred Brimley, and I'd like to talk to you for a few minutes about diabetes.
I tried saying bet the other day. The young kids say bet, and I just felt really... I don't think I used it correctly.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go a little bit further and go High School Never Ends, Bowling for Soup.
I have that one too.
It's so much fun. I will admit, a guilty pleasure listener of the show, Frankie will appreciate this. Back to School Again, the 4 Tops from Grease 2.
I gotta go back to school.
There's nothing in Grease 2 that's worth talking about.
What? When you go bowling, Bryan, you don't sing, I wanna oh tonight. Nope. Okay.
I do not.
Last but not least, everyone who was in school in the early 2000s will know this song. It is called Graduation. She's Friends Forever from Vitamin C.
Yep.
As we go on. Yeah, I had to have that on there. But I know, I'm sorry, I didn't have Chuck Berry or Alice Cooper. But let's see what Bryan had.
How do you not have Hot for Teacher from Van Halen?
Oh my God. And I was thinking of Varsity Blues too, as well. Man.
I'm gonna go with.
I thought about having ABC from Jackson 5.
Yeah, I had that on my list too. I'm gonna go with Going Away to College from Blink 182. I know it's on their current set list for the current show, of which I'm seeing tomorrow in St. Louis. Very, very excited.
I missed them in Orlando. I don't think I'm going to find a way to see them.
My next one, Hot for Teacher, because of course. Going Away to College. Teenagers by My Chemical Romance. Not exactly about school, but it's about teenagers and how they scare the living bleep out of you. So I feel like that kind of counts.
I love that song.
And I mean, you have to go with School's Out for Summer, right? Like from Alice Cooper.
I mean, you could do schools out for summer or back to school again. Both great.
I'm gonna go with schools out. So I'll go schools out, teenager, hot for teacher, and going away to college from Blink.
Good choices. Good choices.
Ooh, College Kids from Reliant K. I have on my list too. I like that one too.
Yeah, those are good songs. Make a little school playlist, or whatever. Actually,
we need to get that off the ground in our Discord of building a United We Fan playlist of songs we discuss. That we can share with our listeners. That'd be fun.
We're music people. We got to have Piano Rob on there. Shout out to Piano Rob. He's got fresh original songs. Check him out on wherever you listen to your music. Man, I love playlists. Although, Brian, did you ever make mix CDs or mixtape? I don't know. Anything? Mix?
Yeah. How young do you think I am?
Little kid me, shut up. Little kid me made, I remember this. It was like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles tape. I took songs off of it. Sorry, don't come at me. And I made a mixtape with that and a couple other songs. I remember that. But I was a mix CD maker. I loved making mix CDs.
Yeah. No, that was like my one thing I added to our high school basketball team. I didn't play a lot. I complained enough that I started and then immediately got benched for my little brother. But I was good at creating a mixtape where I had AFI's intro to their December Underground album timed perfectly in that last minute from when the warm-ups were ending and we were going to do like the starting lineups. That's my claim to fame in life. It's all I've ever done. And that was the beginning of me being able to mix that song into this podcast right now.
Really good song. Love AFI. I had that CD. Good choice. My claim, so I used to do a lot of highlight films for the sports teams. I was asked one time to do it for the girls volleyball team, and the song came on at the awards banquet, and I didn't pick the song. The coach and several of the captains did, and everyone got mad and thought I did it, and I'm still going to go on record and say it was not me, and they tried saying it was me, but it was a Queen song. And it timed up really well, but it did not go over well with some of the parents. It was Fat Bottom Girls.
That dude would not have a job in 2024.
Fat bottom girls, you make the rockin' world go round.
No. So, yeah, me and 20
that
insert
rules.
numbers. Yeah,
That's so funny.
I still got work with the other teams, but that was my last year doing the highlight film for that.
Yeah, that dude got fired in disgrace, I'm sure.
I didn't pick it.
Plead the fifth. Not you, him.
Yeah, him hit.
That's amazing.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, it's Queen. Who's going to get mad at Queen?
Lots of people.
Ah, true.
You ever seen Bohemian Rhapsody?
That movie made a lot of money. I didn't realize that.
Part of the whole story is how much people hated him.
No. Oh, well, yeah. Let's see. We talked over songs. Let's do some shout outs to movies. Don't worry, friends. We've got some guest students coming, and we still have TV shows to talk about. But, Brian, do you think that people should be watching horror movies that take place at school? Like, are you going to watch any of them? Scream or Carrie or Christine? Let's see. Or Stranger Things?
Stranger Things goes in the TV category, but I do have it there. Not particularly. Like, I don't know.
No?
I don't watch a lot of horror films, but the ones I do like don't seem to take place in a school.
Yeah, but fear not. Prom night. But fear not, everyone. Brian loves Halloween Horror Nights, so
I do.
he loves being scared of person.
I'm not going to go this year, and I'm sad.
I'm not. Wait a minute. Is UWF sitting out of Halloween Horror Nights this year?
You're the one that lives there. Don't blame me.
I know. Well, hey.
Congratulations on the new house. Not going to Horror Nights.
I know. In this economy, we went and got a house. Look at that.
That's actually quite the accomplishment. I'm very proud of you.
I know. Thank you. Thank you. Always look for those deals in life, everyone. When it works out, just grab it by the horns.
That is a really interesting painting.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's me taking the bull by the horns. That's how I handle my business. It's a metaphor.
I get it.
But that actually happened, though. Anyway.
Do we want to give our movie? Do we want to give our movies before our guests come on and also give their movies?
Yeah, let's do that.
I want to do the Rushmore that you got me most excited with, and that was the Mount Rushmore of school supplies.
Ooh, okay. I'm ready for this. I'm so freaking ready.
Staple remover. That little thing with teeth, because you could cause some serious damage to your friend's clothing and or skin.
Brian, if you had a pocket protector, I'm gonna just
fabric book cover, because the speed in which you could launch a pen across the room with one of those bad boys, big fan.
You didn't have to cover it in paper? Your book covers?
No, I'm young enough for fabric book covers. I did like the shopping bag, like brown paper book covers, because you could draw all over it.
Yes.
But no, fabric book covers, they're elastic and stretchy. You open the book, and on that front cover where it is clamped on, you just load a pen in there, pull back, perfect slingshot. Let's see, what else? Really, that's all I did in school.
I'm going to give a shout out to the good smelling markers. No, not Sharpie. I meant like the fruit markers.
Except for the black one. Screw you, black one.
Wasn't it licorice?
I don't know. Probably. It was gross.
Yeah. I remember
that was a gateway drug, man.
I had an NBA binder where the cover was made out of like basketball material. Yeah. And then the Velcro strap that came around it had a little basketball on it. I thought that was cool.
I like the little wire shelf that fit in your locker. Make you look. You would organize your locker on the first day of school, and then either never go back to it, or it would look like crap by the end of the first day of school. Big fan of those.
Did you have pictures in your locker?
Of course I did.
What did I have? I think I had cars.
Hot blonde girl that I knew barely, who was my girlfriend from She Doesn't Go Here. I know her name, and I'm not going to put it in the show because I actually am kind of friends with her.
Oh, okay. Are you still friends with a lot of your high school
Kristen,
like classmates?
Am I still friends with my high school classmates? I mean, yeah, I'm friends. Like my best friend from high school, he and I are still like very much Facebook real, like, or Instagram real buddies. Like we talk a lot. We talk a lot about Star Wars. We talk a lot about soccer. I'm still really good. I had 2 really good friends in high school. One of which just got married pretty recently. I don't think I was invited, and it didn't offend me because I live on the other side of the country. I haven't seen him in 10 years. And then the other one has a couple of kids that are my younger kids' age. I've seen him a handful of times. So I'm friends with some people from high school, but I was like one of 74 in my graduating class, like real small school, real small town. So it's actually easier to stay in touch. And obviously social media has changed that too. But it's kind of defeated the purpose of having a 10-year, 20-year reunion.
Yeah. Let's see. I always had to have a purple glue stick. I don't know why. The purple ones were better. And then shout out to my dinosaur pencil sharpener. Like it was a T-Rex, and you just yum. So
remember the game changer that was the wheel of whiteout rather than the liquid whiteout?
Yes.
I go with that. Bring back the pencil though. Pens are overrated. I understand you need a pen to like sign legal documents. Everything else should just be in pencil.
You know,
The original
remember,
Photoshop.
oh my God. I remember thinking about this now. My elementary school had little quarter and 50-cent dispensers where you didn't know which pencil you were going to get. You were hoping for a cool pencil. And then they had notebooks.
Bunch one pops out with pink flowers all over it.
Well, you could always trade. And then, yeah, you had the notebook pop out for 50 cents. Oh, good times.
That was not something I ever experienced.
Whatever.
I experienced book fairs and saving up my $5 to get, I don't know why, I wanted a Volkswagen Bug poster. And my dad's like, no, that poster, that yellow Lamborghini is a lot cooler. So that's what I came home with.
Book fairs.
They
God.
They still do them. My kids fall for the trick every time. Now going and paying the prices for a book fair as a parent, it's brutal.
Isn't it? I never thought about that.
Yeah, it's bad. Like that latest Bluey book cost me like $15.
When you could have gotten Amazon for $7.
Correct.
I wonder where he got his love for Bluey from.
Don't know.
Bluey. All right. Well, we are going to do our Rushmore. Fear not. We have, like I said, guests who will shout out other movies, and we'll shout out any movies that did not make the list as well. But God, this was a challenge to do a Rushmore. I'm going to start with one that I know for sure has got to be on my list.
Okay.
American Pie.
Fair.
I love that movie. Still makes me laugh. I will once a year do a American Pie marathon with the 4 movies.
There's only one of those films that's worth watching, and it's the first one.
No.
And I grew up in enough of a repressed home that I never really got into American Pie.
I enjoy the second one.
Repressed might not be the right word, but
American Wedding, they overplayed Stifler, made him too annoying. American Reunion, looking at it now, I kind of relate to. So, yeah. Yeah, American Pie. I mean, Jim's dad.
That one time
when we did our Father's Day thing, Jim's dad was on my list of movie dads.
Do kids know the reference this one time at band camp?
So that's how you know someone's age, because every once in a while somebody will make that reference and you just see who laughs and who doesn't.
My first back to school film that definitely is included, knowing me, you know this is coming, Billy Madison. The entire concept is about him going back to school to earn his high school diploma. Business ethics. Absolutely love Billy Madison. So that's my first one.
That is a good one. I love when he gives that answer and you just see the audience just happy and smiling, and the principal goes just his monologue about how that was such a waste of time.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
A simple incorrect would have
a simple wrong would have been just fine, but
yeah. Next up,
flaming poo and the human response. Oh man,
I will gladly do a Billy Madison Happy Gilmore double feature anytime.
Remember that weird song when you find out that the clown had a hemorrhage in his head and actually wasn't dead? That's a weird time in that movie.
Yeah.
I love Chris. I love Chris Farley. I love Chris Farley in that movie so much.
Oh, the principal was so creepy.
The Blob.
Yeah.
Your second back to school film.
I'm gonna go with Clueless. Alicia Silverstone, I want to say young Paul Rudd, but the man does not age except for in Deadpool and Wolverine. So I'm gonna go Clueless.
As if.
As if, and yeah.
Clueless is funny, man. I love that movie.
Yeah.
And I also love that Petey Jones from Remember the Titans is in it. Donald Faison.
Some people might say it's dated, but here's the thing: it's not dated.
It's kind of
just
dated.
It's taking a look at how that time was. So,
but that's what makes it dated. It's like a time capsule.
True. It's a very interesting.
Her phone
human
is massive.
study, and they're using a paper map in the movie.
And you just said it wasn't dated. My second film is going to be Old School. Nothing more needs to be said. Frank the Tank. We got a big day tomorrow. We're gonna go to Home Depot, and Old School, absolutely fantastic. The competition at the end when Will Ferrell is doing the ribbon gymnastics. It's just Old School is perfect from beginning to end. I love that movie.
My boy Blue. All we are is dust in the wind.
Love Old School.
Next up, man, this is getting challenging. I'm going to go 21 Jump Street.
Yeah, that's a great one. I didn't think about that. That's a great one.
Okay, good. I laugh. My name is Jeff. I laughed so hard at that movie. Even 22 Jump Street. If you take the Sony tour, they have the little helmet golf cart from 22 Jump Street on the Sony tour. But 21 Jump Street, hilarious. Yeah, I hope they make it 23 Jump Street.
I think people that skip 21 Jump Street just are now learning. I mean, it's been long enough. There's no way you've avoided this spoiler if you care. I think people learn through Deadpool and Wolverine that Channing Tatum's hilarious.
Yeah.
And if you've seen 22 Jump Street, you already knew this.
Yeah.
And I also think too many people think Channing Tatum was trying to be serious in his role in Deadpool and Wolverine. No, he was absolutely playing it up to be as goofy and dumb as it was. And it had the 5 minutes that would have made the Gambit film decent all in it. So, no, Channing Tatum's that's a great call. 21 Jump Street, that's a fantastic call. That movie's so funny.
Let me ask you, Brian, did you ever watch the TV series with Johnny Depp and Richard Rico?
Who's Richard Rico?
Okay, you've seen Night at the Roxbury.
I know. I'm just trying to date you. But you're talking about the 21 Jump Street show? Yeah.
Yes.
I don't think I've seen it.
Ooh. All right. It's good. I mean, it's definitely that. Talk about dated. But yeah, 21 Jump Street is my number 3.
My number 3, some people would say this is not a school film. The entire premise of the film is Pedro running for class president. It may not be the entire premise because the film doesn't really have a premise. But the most iconic part of that film takes place, Pedro's running for class president, Napoleon Dynamite.
That's a school movie. They go to the cafeteria, the classes,
loads up his pockets with tots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a school movie.
Yeah, Lizzie McGuire's sister does a baton routine.
Oh my god.
What is her name?
Yeah.
Summer. Vote for Summer is the character's name. What is
Yeah.
Hillary Duff's sister? I don't know her name. That's what she is to me. She is Summer Sanders not Summer Sanders. Summer Sanders from Nickelodeon. That was a Freudian slip.
I remember when Napoleon Dynamite and Garden State were huge. So
I didn't like Garden State at all. It just didn't work for me.
I think I liked it for a hot second, then pretended to like it for longer so that I could be a good film lover. But yeah, I was just pretentious, I think. And then everyone loved the soundtrack.
Your most difficult decision, number 4. I can give my number 4. I know what my number 4 is.
Okay, yeah, go.
Shout out to the other two I wanted to include of Friday Night Lights and Bring It On. Ant-Man's own Peyton Reed directed Bring It On. But my fourth one is Grease. Grease is my favorite musical, except for Greatest Showman. I like Grease a lot. I didn't know it was Rydell High School. But Grease. I like Grease. You're the one that
I don't know if you're joking or not.
I love Grease. I'm not joking. What?
There's okay. What is your real answer?
I have said many times on this show that I love Grease. I'm not kidding. Grease is my number 4.
Okay.
You think I'm screwing? I'm not. I love Grease. Grease 2 is terrible. Grease 1, awesome. Don't make me quote Grease Lightning because it has not aged well.
Oh God. Well, then don't watch the original musical. That's not aging well at all. Oh my God, Brian, I can't. Wow. Okay.
What?
Nothing.
Why do you think I'm screwing with you? I'm not screwing with you.
We need to do a movie musical episode so bad.
I can only talk about Grease and The Greatest Showman, which shared a scene in Deadpool and Wolverine.
That's fine. This is the greatest show. This was hard for me because I thought about 10 Things I Hate About You, Animal House.
10 Things I Hate About You is great. Love that movie.
I think I'm going to go Varsity Blues.
I don't want your life.
Your life. Yeah. This is okay if I have a huge shout out list. Can I give a shout out list? Are you good with that?
Go ahead.
All right. There was, let's see, Back to School, Rodney Dangerfield. So funny. Booksmart was actually really funny. And I thought about doing my list just funny movies so that people could laugh and be ready. Now, Kindergarten Cop.
Oh, how did I not? I love Kindergarten Cop.
Who's your daddy and what does he do?
That's a great one.
So, Spider-Man Homecoming.
This is like a much deeper concept than I ever gave it credit for on face value. Good for you.
Spider-Man Homecoming, I think, is an actual high school movie. Kids got extracurricular activities and trying to balance life and school and best friends. So, Spider-Man Homecoming, I'd throw that in there. Easy A.
Guess that's a school movie. I'll take that.
Yeah.
I love Easy A.
Are we going to include Harry Potter in this?
Go Stanley Tucci. Yeah, Harry Potter I figured was just kind of a given, but
yeah. Mr. Holland's Opus, we used to watch this so many times in band. So, had that.
Drumline, I had that. Didn't call that out.
Drumline's so good. Ferris Bueller's Day Off, which is a movie about skipping school.
Yeah, if we're going to count Ferris Bueller's, then I have to take off Grease and put Ferris Bueller because Ferris Bueller is one of my favorite movies ever.
Yeah, I thought about that, or
I guess Ferris Bueller should qualify.
Yeah, I saw a couple places tried to put Back to the Future in there.
That's a stretch.
Yeah, that's a stretch. So, and Animal House originally was my finalist. I still think it's funny.
All right. Well, we are, as promised earlier, we're going to have some special guests, and we will be back on the other side of this commercial break.
Is Disney World home to you? Realtor Victor Naraki can help make it a reality. Realtor Victor Naraki specializes in making your Disney home dreams come true. Second homes, investment homes, retirement, relocation. With Victor's input, he will show you the home opportunities that you don't get to see as a tourist. Imagine being at the park in minutes, walking around the World Showcase for daily exercise, watching the fireworks in your own backyard, or having Disney Springs as your local mall. Have you ever heard of Windermere, Winter Garden, Horizon West, Dr. Phillips, Claremont, Lake Nona, or Disney's own Celebration and Golden Oak? Victor will introduce you to these communities, which are just minutes to the magic. Stop imagining a Disney life and start living your dream today. Call Victor at 407-340-9375. And don't forget to mention that you heard all about Victor here on the Chip and Company Podcast Network. Head over to celebratingflorida.com and start living your magical life today.
And now back to your regularly scheduled program.
Welcome back, everyone. We have a special guest with us who's in the world of education to help us talk about getting back to school. It's Fabio, who is on our Discord and is enjoying some Discord benefits. Thank you, Fabio, for joining us on Discord and being a regular.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah. So, Fabio, you have a background in education. Let's hear it. We love hearing from our teacher friends.
I do. So I have been teaching for 8 years. I'm going into my 9th year. I have taught every grade from 5 to 12. So,
do you have a favorite?
I think I relate more to seniors because they're at that like almost adult level where they kind of understand how the world works. So it kind of makes conversations with them a little bit more enjoyable because they're not acting like children and they're kind of past that like teenage phase.
But you
also,
always get that one that doesn't understand how the world works. Right?
That is true. I will say though, the grade I've taught the most is 9th, and I love that grade too. So I kind of like, bringing them into high school and then seeing them off. It's a nice little, 1-2 punch.
Did you say the subjects you were teaching?
I teach English.
You also teach some sort of honors class, correct?
It is an elective. It is a senior elective mythology.
In mythology. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is awesome.
All right. Well, Fabio, we already did some Rushmores and shout outs, but hey, we want to hear from you. What were some of your favorite classes, memories? Is there a teacher you want to shout out? We even went as far as to talk about some of our favorite school supplies that we had from Bryan loved a stapler removal. I enjoyed a T-Rex pencil sharpener. And
fabric book cover because it can be used as a slingshot. Fabio knows what I'm talking about.
Myself by saying I had a paper bag book cover, but anyways. So do you have any memorable school supplies that you loved?
So one thing that I had that comes to mind was I had a scroll pen where there's a little tab on it and you pull it out and it kind of gives you whatever, like I had one once that like, it was just pictures of like Puerto Rico I got when I was on vacation there. But my favorite was the one I had that had the 2009, I think it was 2009 or 2010 Mets schedule. And I would just kind of like pull it out and, check the tab and all right, who are they playing tonight? And then I pull it back. I remember my science teacher.
That's so sad.
My junior year was like, what do you keep doing with that pen? And I'm like, just checking the Mets schedule. No, it's nothing crazy. So that's probably one of the first things that comes to mind. But, I love a good, a good gel pen that writes nice. And it's nice to have supplies that work.
Did we all have the calculator that we could download games on?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, the TI-83. Shout out Texas Instruments.
Yeah.
I had such a good snake score on that. Yeah, but you could write notes. That was the best way of passing notes. Yeah.
Yep.
That was brilliant. Yeah, and then it had the link cable where you can like actually like copy something into somebody else's calculator.
Yeah. The TI-84 was too sophisticated for me. Just the TI-83.
I have a big question. Fabio, are kids today still playing paper football?
No, they have too much technology, despite not being allowed to in order to do that.
What a shame.
So if I saw someone playing paper football, I'd probably like be okay with it and be like, all right, just like, 3 more and then you're done, but like if I see someone on their phone, I'm like, you got to put that away, Now, a lot of my students like to go to coolmathgames.com or .net or something and like just find games. They're not even math games anymore. They're just like, it's just a host site so that it doesn't get blocked by the school.
You know what the best math game is darts.
Love darts.
Such an excuse to say you're learning math or such an excuse to way you're learning another language by doing numbers in darts for another language. Anybody else play Math Blaster? That game ruled. Okay, Fabio, we want your Rushmore of favorite students you've ever had. Not
favorite
really.
students I've ever had.
We just want your Rushmore of your favorite school-based films.
All right. So first ones that come to mind, Dead Poet Society.
Captain, my captain.
And Freedom Writers.
Oh.
Just because, like, just thinking about movies that are like in the classroom where it's a teacher and students, those two come to mind. One that takes place in a school that I love, Remember the Titans. I was sad when that left the bracket for the movie scores. I was kind of gunning for that one.
There's a lot of school films I overlooked. Remember the Titans needs to potentially make it on my 4. Keep going.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't talk about Dangerous Minds or The Substitute either.
Yeah, Dangerous Minds, I thought about not including that one. That one, it's a great film, but it's terrifying.
Yeah. Probably best to not put that one in at least in the top 4.
Shout out to Coolio.
Let's see. I got those 3, and then I feel like as just like a fan favorite, maybe Mean Girls, just because it takes place in a school.
Yeah.
Maybe School of Rock, because it's like it still has that teacher aspect of it.
Yeah.
But it's still like kind of a fun movie. But
I actually don't have an appreciation for School of Rock that most people do. Like, I think School of Rock's good, but it never quite landed with me.
I have a bit of a story with that movie, and for the sake of anonymity, I'll leave the character out. But one day I was in class, and I noticed that like one of the students wasn't there. This was when I was in 6th grade, I think. Something like that. And one day one of the students just wasn't there anymore. And then that student came back like 3 months later, and everyone's like, hey, where have you been? And then I was filming a movie. And then when you watch the movie, that person's in it, and they're one of the students. And then years and years later, this must have been when I was in college, I found that person's Twitter account, and I was like, hey, just for my own headcanon, like, am I not making this up? Did you attend this school at this year? And that person was like, yeah, no, I did. So I got it confirmed by the person. So that was kind of cool. So I think in my head, every time I watch School of Rock, I'm like, I kind of know this student. So maybe that's why I have an appreciation for it. But I think it could, belong somewhere in a Rushmore of, good teacher films, good school films. It sends a good message.
Yeah, for sure.
Fabio, do you think Bryan is lying to the audience and us when he says that Grease is on his Rushmore and one of his favorite movies?
It takes place in a school.
Yeah.
And I think that the boundaries may have been vague enough.
Well, not is it a school film? Mark thinks that I'm lying that I like the movie Grease.
Oh, I think it's a great movie.
I know.
It's iconic.
But Bryan says puts his Rushmore. Grease is on there.
Dude, go back through probably our Broadway episode at the very soonest. I said I don't love musicals, but Grease is my favorite musical. Until The Greatest Showman came out, Grease was my favorite musical.
That's a fair statement.
And Fabio and I went and saw Deadpool and Wolverine together. We heard Greatest Showman followed by Grease, and it was fantastic.
That is true.
Shout out to
Sam. I wish we got a little bit more of The Greatest Show. That would have been cool.
Yeah.
And
that was quick.
Fabio,
you get what you get.
You did a fantastic job.
Yes.
Thank you for what you do in educating America in the New York metropolitan area.
I appreciate that. I really wish summer can last a little bit longer. I mean, I know that Floridian schools are going back like Monday, I think. So I still have until September 3rd or something.
But who's counting?
So I like to extend my summer, but I do feel for those who have to go back soon.
Well, enjoy the rest of your summer. You've earned it. Again, thanks for what you do. Thanks for being part of the Discord. Thanks for listening to United We Fan.
Absolutely. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks for having me. Take care.
All right, Bryan, fine. I believe you. Grease is the word with you. Now, let's talk about school TV shows. Okay? There are some good ones out there. I'm going to start. I love Smallville. I'm listening to the podcast and rewatching the show. The podcast is called Talkville, and Smallville takes place. You got high school life, and then you got him going to Metropolis University. So there's definitely some schooling in Smallville.
Okay. My first one is Saved by the Bell. Pretty self-explanatory, Mr. Belding.
Yeah. I didn't mind the college years.
I don't mind him either. Shout out to Mike Golick's brother. From Mike and Mike, his brother was Bob Golick, the big RA guy with the
Really?
curly hair. Yeah, that's Mike Golick's brother. Played in the NFL.
Wow. I did not watch the new class.
I don't think I did either. Now that I think about it. If Kelly Kapowski wasn't there, I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
I said Stranger Things earlier. I'm going to keep that on there. I think Stranger Things does count.
I'm going to put Boy Meets World on my list.
Me too. Good call. The final scene of the show is Mr. Feeney saying goodbye to a bunch of empty desks. Super sad. That guy's going to die in the next 5 years, and it's going to be super sad.
Why would you go there?
Because he's 90.
Did you ever watch Girl Meets World?
One episode. Couldn't get into it.
Yeah. I know. I'm glad they tried to bring it back, I guess, but yeah, didn't grab me. So,
it is nothing personal to William Daniels, but the man is 97 years old. He was born in 1927. So I'm confident in saying he will probably pass away in the next 5 years, and it's going to be a sad day.
Bryan, if you are in a musical mood and you want to see him in one, he's in the movie 1776.
1776, called Hamilton.
There it is. Next up, man, I'm torn. I'm going to go Blue Mountain State.
That's a great one.
Yeah, I got to go it. I marathoned that very quickly after putting it off for a long time. I think it even was on a segment of What Did Mark Watch Instead of the Bear? Blue Mountain State. Yeah.
You didn't go Riverdale, huh?
Riverdale, the first couple seasons were good, and then it tried to become whatever it ended up being.
Shout out to the OC. Love that show. Shout out to only the first 3 seasons of Glee. Yeah. But my fourth one is certainly Abbott Elementary.
I watched the first season. It has not grabbed me like everybody else. I'm sure I'll come back to it and try to watch season 2, but yeah. I shout out to Dawson's Creek. And also shout out to Doug. Yep, the Nickelodeon show.
The Disney show, Doug.
No.
All right, we will now welcome in Andrew. Andrew's also another one of our Discord members. He's a teacher. His wife is also a teacher. His wife was going to join the show. She no longer is able to join the show. So just pass along that we missed her, please. Andrew, welcome to the show.
Hey, guys. I will pass that along to her.
Appreciate it. So, Andrew, you are a teacher. What age group do you teach? What subjects do you teach?
So I'm a physical education teacher, and I teach at a Catholic school for preschool through 8th grade. So I get a little everybody.
PE teacher is always the best teacher, right?
That's right. Everyone's happy to see me, so I like it.
What do you find the most difficult class to teach PE to? Because I think conventional wisdom would say preschool, but as the father of a 7th grader, I can imagine that that's also not stellar.
It really all depends on what I'm teaching, honestly. So phys ed, if I'm doing something with the little kids that I know is a little more challenging for them, and they're not quite at that age where they can follow directions yet, that's definitely more challenging. And it's definitely more difficult teaching the little guys because you got to be on stage all the time. So, got to be the performer. But the older kids, too, they're the ones with the attitude sometimes. But for the most part, they all want to be there. So I got that little carrot to dangle in front of them. So everyone pretty much is in line for me when it comes to my classes.
indelicate question coming, so I'm just going to do it. Has the softness of the current generation removed your ability to have the scooters, plastic scooters with the 4 wheels that can run over your fingers immediately?
I have them.
Yes.
But I save them for field day because
Okay.
they ruin my floor in the gym. So. It's
And
not
do
so much
you still
safety
have?
reasons as
Yeah.
saving the gym floor.
Do you still have the parachute?
We do have the parachute, but I have not, for whatever reason, I cannot find the big ones. I only have little ones, like where there's like 3 or 4 people to each one. But
all right,
it's
we
okay.
need to start a GoFundMe so Andrew can go buy a new parachute.
Andrew, do kids today play dodgeball?
So we don't use the word dodgeball, but we have games like dodgeball.
Do you call it blood sport by chance?
The game that I have that's most similar to it, we call pin dodge. And with pin dodge, they're aiming to knock over a bowling pin, and instead of hitting a person, but like the people in the game are guarding their pin. So when their pin gets knocked over, then they have to do a certain exercise before they can get back in the game. So like they got to decide whether they want to go try and get a ball to throw it and knock someone's down, or if they're going to stand there and guard their own pin.
Is it a proper dodgeball, or is it one of those like squishy, like foam rubber?
We do the foam. But those things, if you got someone who can throw it, they got some nice sting to it too.
I can smell a traditional dodgeball right now.
Yep.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball, you can dodge a bowling pin. Andrew, not only are you a physical ed teacher, you were awarded, and this is where I want you to toot your own horn, you were welcomed to Disneyland because of your accomplishments as a physical ed teacher. Can you share that with the audience here on the Chip and Company Podcast Network who also love Disney parks?
Oh, absolutely. It was such an awesome once-in-a-lifetime experience. I just was looking at one of the blogs. I think it was Disney Food blog that I was reading. They had an article. They always put any and every contest that you can enter on their websites, because I'm entering seriously like every single contest to try and win a trip to Disney, no matter what.
Any other teachers listening to this, they're going, all the PE teachers have all the time in the world to read all the blogs.
Well, it was like this one in particular, it was for the 100th celebration, and they were looking for 100 teachers. I guess they do it every year, but this one in particular is for 100. The year before, where it was 50 for Walt Disney World, they did 50. And then this year was only like 10. It was just like a random lottery draw. But for the one in particular that I won, they asked you to submit an essay for how you bring imagination and creativity to the classroom. And this was through the Disney Imagination Campus, which they do sort of like field trips where they teach you about Imagineering and math and sciences, and also like different arts and stuff. And I'm pretty sure I probably won, probably because I was the only PE teacher who applied, I imagine, because I was the only one who was there. But apparently they had about like 8,000 applicants and they took 100. So I guess I wrote a good enough essay to get me there. And so they gave me a full paid trip to Disneyland, and we got to stay at the Grand Californian, and they gave us a tour of their Imagination Campus, and they walked us through some of the programs that they do, where it was building a theme park. They had one for how roller coasters work. And the coolest one was they brought you to these like huge room with a bunch of different computers in there, and we designed our own fireworks show. So like we got to do, was it called Illumination, the old one at Epcot? So we each got a different part of Illumination, and we were designing it with the music and the fireworks, and someone did the lights and the water, and it was just an incredible experience. And then they also gave us, park passes, and they gave us like really nice dinners right outside the Hyperion Theater there. And they gave us some really awesome seats to watch World of Color. And it was just once in a lifetime incredible experience. So awesome. So very lucky to win that.
That's awesome. I can't tell you how a roller coaster works, but I've played enough Roller Coaster Tycoon to tell you how a roller coaster does not work. Well, thank you for joining us. We wanted to have you on our back to school episode. We hope you don't go back to school this early.
No, we're good. Hey, before I go, can I ask you guys?
Yeah, we want to ask you about your films too, but go ahead.
I was gonna give you guys a random Rushmore.
The game where everything's made up and the points don't matter.
So I don't know if you guys did it already or not, but I was wondering your random Rushmore of fictional television or movie teachers.
Specific teachers? Yeah, Mr. Feeney, we discussed.
Yeah.
Feeney. Kindergarten Cop, whoever Arnold Schwarzenegger's character was in that film. Miss Lippy from Billy Madison.
Yeah, good one.
Tied with Veronica Vaughn, of course. Who should my last one be? You got any, Mark?
I'm gonna go Professor McGonagall. Let's see.
I always wanted to use that spell.
I know. Oh God! Shout out to Orange County, that movie with Colin Hanks. No, Mr. Belding didn't ever teach, did he? He was just the principal.
Yeah,
Right?
I would say that qualifies.
Yeah, I count it.
Yeah.
Miss Frizzle is my fourth one.
Oh wait, I'm gonna also do Ross.
Ross is so boring.
Shut
I'm not a Friends guy.
That was so good, Brian.
I got Mr. Feeney, Mr. Tuttle from Saved by the Bell.
Yeah.
Whatever Robin Williams from Dead Poets Society. I can't remember what that name was.
Even him from Goodwill Hunting, yeah.
Mark,
you guys see Freaks and Geeks? You ever like that show?
Yeah.
I
You
never
remember
got
the teacher on there? The guy, his name was Coach Fredericks. I liked
Yeah.
him. Biff, Back to the Future.
Okay.
That's who he was.
Brian has a favorite teacher from Varsity Blues.
Mark, you didn't say Indiana Jones.
Oh. College.
Still a professor.
Oh
If
my God.
Ross counts, then Indiana Jones counts.
I can't believe I forgot Dr. Jones. Man, I lose my hat and whip with that one. Wow. Good call, Brian. That was a good Rushmore, though. I don't know how.
Shout out to Mr. Miyagi. He's a
He's
teacher, not a school teacher, but Mrs. Krabappel.
Okay. Oh wait, Miss what's her name from Magic School Bus?
Miss Frizzle. I already said that.
Did you say Miss Frizzle? Okay. Sorry, I was really excited about Ross.
What's that, Andrew?
I'd be too scared to be in Miss Frizzle's class. I'm too much of a wuss for going those journeys.
Andrew, your Mount Rushmore of films involving school.
Oh, this was really hard. I thought about this a lot today. There's so many good ones.
Andrew, I'm going to ask you a question first, though. Do you
right.
think Brian has a musical on his Rushmore for favorite school movies?
A musical?
Yeah.
Like Grease?
Yes.
Some people, do I think Brian has it? No, but I can see some people having it.
He loves it so much.
What do
He
people
doesn't love it as much as Grease 2, but
No,
he loves
Grease
it.
2 is terrible. Grease 1, I like. I love Grease.
You don't want to be a cool writer, Brian? Anyways, go ahead with your Rushmore.
So
Brian may quit the show after this episode. He might graduate.
I'm a 2000s, early 2000s kid. So for high school anyway, I graduated 2003. So all those that feel around that time, American Pie, Super Bad, Can't Hardly Wait.
I love Can't Hardly Wait.
Oh my
Jennifer Love
God,
Hewitt.
what a good one.
Seth Green.
And this is my sleeper pick. I really love this movie. You guys ever see Angus?
Wow. Yeah.
Nope.
Good for you.
I love Angus. Angus is about a kid who's on the football team who
James
is
Vanderbeek's in it.
Yeah, James Vanderbeek's the villain in it.
Yeah.
And the love interest is from Jurassic Park. I don't know her name. The girl. But
oh my god, I just remember the scene where
Terminator was the right hand to Angus in that.
Yeah, I just remember the scene where they go, "Oh, he's wearing a purple tux. It's Plum." Good for you, buddy.
I've never even heard of this film.
You got to watch it. It's a good one. It's a good movie. It's like the science guy who's also the football guy getting picked on by James Vanderbeek.
I want to go back to the days where from the producer of Cool Runnings was something you could throw on your movie poster, though.
Yeah. Bryan, check it out. Angus is a very meaty movie. I think it's got a lot for you. It's well done.
That is so bad.
I know it's rare to find.
You thought you were going to slip that by me?
What a good Rushmore. Good choices all around.
Andrew, you want to participate one more time?
The game where everything's made up and the points don't matter.
Oh, yeah.
From the producer of Cool Runnings got me thinking the Olympics are winding down. Mount Rushmore of Olympic films.
Oh, God. I don't even know if I can name 4. I know Cool Runnings. All right. That's on there.
This would be a miracle if you could think of 4 movies. There you go.
Eddie the Eagle.
Yeah. Oh, what a good movie.
Is it good? I don't know if it's
it is good. You're on the cutting edge of getting a Rushmore. Cutting edge.
I like the Redeem Team. The Redeem Team. Does that count?
Yeah. Like the documentary. Yeah, I guess that counts.
Yeah.
I, Tonya.
I, Tonya was a great movie.
Can I throw in The Ringer with Johnny Knoxville? It's about the Special Olympics, but it's still the Olympics, and that movie that movie is spectacular. I love that movie.
I don't think I can name another, to tell you the truth.
Have you seen I, Tonya?
I did. I did like that one.
Good one.
Yeah, the Redeem Team's not bad. I like that.
It's a good one.
Miracle, yeah. Cool Runnings, yeah. Well, Andrew, thank you so much for joining us. Maybe that didn't work as much as I wanted it to, but I tried anyway. Did anybody see The Boys in the Boat, that George Clooney directed film about the World War II Olympics, about the dudes rowing?
No.
All right.
I saw the Jesse Owens movie with Jason Sudeikis.
Blades of Glory. That's an Olympic film.
Oh, yeah. That'll go there.
Do we want to go there?
I think my second favorite film for the Olympics is Cool Runnings, but nothing will ever top Miracle.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us, Andrew. Really appreciate it. Thanks for what you
appreciate
do.
Appreciate it, Andrew, and congratulations again.
America.
See y'all.
Well, thank you to all of our guests. We appreciate it. Once again, join us on Discord if you would like to join in on some of our Discord bonuses. And who knows, you'd be a judge, a guest host, come up with a random Rushmore. We love it. Well, that concludes this episode. Bryan, thank you once again for being my guest host. And as punishment for doubting you, I will go watch Grease and Grease 2. We thank you, fellow fans, for uniting with us. For those listeners who want to get in touch with the show, please do so. Bryan, tell them how.
You can find us on Instagram at United We Fan Podcast, on Facebook at United We Fan the Podcast. We'll also get you that Discord link. Come on and talk all kinds of stuff with us, including the Olympics and other back-to-school topics.
Woo! Thank you again, and listen to us wherever you check out your podcast. Till we unite again, fans, class, you're dismissed.
Fat bottom girls, you make the rockin' world go round.